a revolver tucked in my wallet. I'ma call it how I see it. The pain is what I'm seeking. Inflicting it on my enemies, so mad they sending me threats, but they won't regret the shit that I'm hearing. It's Wizzy, baby, nobody want a problem with heck. Disrespect, I'ma have my boys right in your neck. See, the issue is a lot of motherfuckers talking at the mouth. Go ahead and hate, but this Moscato got me headed south. So you know I'm crazy, you know you can't tame me. Any motherfucking rapper trying to step to me is dead. Put him in the fucking shed and cover his body with tarp. Fuck it, I'm letting off on you bitches. All my motherfucking homies came ready for business. About war, the type to leave shells at your bottom door. I'm scorching, it's fucking hot in this bitch. Every music off, I'm about to get a hole in this shit. Yeah, I'm mad, cause music off on Facebook hating. Trying to come all at my team, hand me one on the pavement, bitch. Yeah.
What is up, everybody? It's Mike Savage back. I'm not even going to call it an interview anymore because it's just pretty much conversation. Today we're going to talk about WWE Roadblock tonight and just wrestling conversation, pretty much. Special guest, my boy Justin Henry. Justin, what's up?
What's up, dude? How you doing?
Hanging in there. What's been going on with you?
Not much. I really haven't been doing much of anything besides wishing I could beat people up in my underwear.
Don't we all?
Yeah, so now I'm stuck only beating up my girlfriend in my underwear.
Oh, man. But anyway, we had that interview type thing on the last channel. This is something I created. This is like a whole separate channel. So this is actually only the third video. The first one was Dennis Reaper. The second one was my buddy Heck. That I felt I did an awesome job throwing that stuff together. The way I edited it was super quick. It took the whole day, but it took really quick process to edit it. I think it was great. So if you haven't checked it out, or anybody else that's on this video now haven't checked it out, subscribe, go back and watch it. I think it's awesome. We talk about depression. What's it like to he came back and he just started re-releasing music and everything. He's got some good plans planned for the summer, and it's a really in-depth on the music, and we kind of talk about how wrestling's similar to music. But anyway, moving on. WWE Roadblock tonight. Do you think this was just a thrown together card, or do you really have some good expectations for it tonight?
For tonight, I really don't know. I know that in Asbury Park, there is an AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens in the 30-minute Iron Man match, which I think should be on the channel.
Real quick, do you think that they should tape house show matches, and then the real good ones, maybe they throw it together for a DVD, or they air it on a Saturday type, every Saturday they'll throw these together house show matches together for an hour show on Saturday mornings or Saturday night?
Yeah, definitely. I think that would roll. Just having them they're doing it for, I understand the live crowd, but a best of, how they had the NXT thing. They did the best of NXT this past year, but they had what was it, Cesaro versus Finn Balor that wasn't released. It could be a special like that, DVD exclusive match of some sort, or dream match. I don't know, but I think they should.
Because it seems like there's nothing really on the network other than either you're watching vintage stuff or you're watching the current stuff. And I like that ride along show they put up there, but then once Edge and Christian came out, they stopped putting it on. There's enough they could make enough content where every single day there's a new episode of something. They just don't do it. They're oh wait, Monday Stone Cold podcast is on, so we're not going to release an Edge and Christian. It's why? Put it on, air it on a different day, because then the Stone Cold podcast airs 24/7. It's we don't want to watch it that much. Put new content out, and I think that's part of the reason why their network isn't taking off like they expected, because there's not enough. It's not like a TV channel like a Netflix. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can watch. WWE, it's pretty much
Yeah.
if I don't like the new show they come out with, I'm not going to watch any of it, and then it kind of sucks.
Yeah, I definitely haven't seen the much of the Edge and Christian show. I really didn't care to because I thought the preview looked stupid. But they're not even consistent with whatever they're posting. Like when they did Table for Three, I'm a huge fan of like watching like the unfiltered, the Table of Three, but it wasn't consistent. There wasn't like there was like 2-3 weeks of a block in between. And they show now with I think there's a Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns one that they're showing. I'm like, all right, that looks pretty cool.
And the Usos, they had like an Usos one where they were like the Usos were driving with Naomi and stuff, and but you never seen that episode.
Yeah.
And they just stopped airing them, and that's been over a month. They aired the one from Boston to Philly, and then like Sheamus and Barrett were driving from Philly to I forget where the next show was.
I think it was like
that's
nowhere.
it. So it's like they're just inconsistent. But anyway, let's get into this Roadblock card. Enzo and Cass versus Dash and Dawson. You see the title swapping hands, or?
I don't think so. I think Enzo and Cass are already, I guess, grooming to be main roster ready. And they've had so many opportunities in the past to do it. I think now it's just their time to go to the main roster.
I think they really blew it with when they were in Brooklyn. I feel they needed to win in Brooklyn, and they weren't even on that Brooklyn card. And I still say it to this day, the only reason why Simon Gotch and Aiden English won the titles in Brooklyn that night instead of Enzo and Cass was because Dusty Rhodes created that gimmick, and it was like right after he died. That's when they booked that match. Because if you look, it was like the next TV tapings after that Brooklyn show, they lost the belts to the tag team that has them now. So it's like they weren't really getting a run; they were just putting the belts on them to put it on two other guys that you never really seen before.
Yeah.
So I still say Dusty Rhodes dying influenced the Vaudevillains, that's their name, that title run. I feel they really blew it for Enzo Cass not putting the belts on him in Brooklyn. But I do see Enzo and Cass could win here, and then they lose at TakeOver, put the belts back on
the Revival.
Yeah, I guess that's their new name.
Yeah.
They put the belts back on them, and then the next night that Monday after WrestleMania, you got Enzo and Cass on the main roster.
That's true, or the Bullet Club.
Yeah, but I still think they don't even know what they want to do with them. They just kind of like, yes, we got them. Oh, wait, now what?
Yeah.
Because they had Finn turning heel. Like, Finn was wrestling for like a month straight as a heel on NXT house shows. So everybody's like, oh, they're going down there. They're going to go down to NXT, which I think they should do. And then now all of a sudden they're going up to the main roster, just like Nakamura was signed for the main roster, but now he's going to be in NXT because they just called Sami Zayn up.
Yeah.
So chances are Sami Zayn's going to lose to Nakamura at TakeOver, but probably have something to do at WrestleMania.
Oh, without a doubt, he's going to lose to Nakamura. There's no ifs, ands, or buts on that one.
Oh, and the next big match, well, not really big match, but it's the New Day versus League of Nations for the tag titles.
Oh, that makes me want to vomit.
That makes me want to go to sleep.
I want no part of League. I didn't even know League of Nations were going to be working New Day. That's actually surprising. Like, yeah. I see League of Nations going absolutely nowhere. I mean, who am I to judge? I'm just some indie worker mark thing, or whatever people want to go ahead and say it as. But it's like the Wyatts. There's no point, really. There's no steam with League of Nations because wasn't from what I heard at some point that Cesaro was supposed to run that.
I don't know, but the match says New Day versus League of Nations, but the graphic shows like New Day, and then Sheamus and Barrett and I don't see them winning. If Barrett's leaving in June, I think it is.
Yeah.
So I don't really see. So pretty much they're done. Like I think they started. The thing is, League of Nations cooled off when they stopped pushing Roman Reigns. Like when Roman Reigns got over huge in Philly, and then all of a sudden they started messing him up again, and then like League of Nations just kind of went away. Because now they're not even with the Authority anymore. It's just they're just like, oh look, it's the League of Nations versus the other guys from different countries.
Pretty much. Now it's the League of Nations versus the black men.
It's League of Nations versus the masked luchadors. Then you got Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt.
See, I think that's horrible. I mean, not horrible. Like if it was supposed to be for like the WrestleMania build, then that 100% down. But why? Like, what's gonna happen? Brock Lesnar is gonna beat Bray Wyatt, and then he's gonna beat Dean Ambrose.
Well, see, this was my plan: was Roman win the Rumble, then you got Brock versus Bray. You still would have had the Intercontinental title on Dean, so you could have did that ladder match thing that you did last year. But you could have Brock versus Bray, and because they had scheduled Luke Harper versus Brock before the Rumble. They already had plans for this being a network show, so they had Luke Harper versus Brock. So,
really? Oh yeah, that's right.
And then they like changed it. They changed it to like Paul Heyman with Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt with Luke Harper or something. And I'm like, what? And then that went nowhere. Like they changed it. Then they just ended up making it Brock versus Bray. So my thing was Brock Lesnar would have beat Luke Harper. Then at WrestleMania, he would have lost to Bray Wyatt due to interference at Strowman, and that would have set up Strowman versus Brock at SummerSlam, because that's pretty much when Brock will be back after Mania. But it's like, where do you go? Where do you go now that pretty much, unless they're putting a title on Dean or something, and then that whole Brock Lesnar match is out the way.
That's true. That's.
But then you're changing your WrestleMania card 2 weeks away from the pay-per-view or whatever.
Well, wasn't there something originally or not originally, but like a few weeks ago, they said that everything just like almost got completely flipped upside down.
Moving on, Dean. We don't have to. We're not going to go through the whole card, but Dean versus Triple H.
I would love to see them give the belt to Dean just for the hell of it.
I mean, at this point, I'm tired of seeing Dean Ambrose just getting title shots, because as you've seen, like how many times before you watch Seth Rollins versus Dean, and like when Dean won, but then but you didn't win clean, so we got to take the title back from you. And he was just like, he keeps losing title matches all the time. How long, before we just look at this guy and it's like, it's just not going to be him? Like, it won't be him.
I have absolutely. I don't know.
He's so close to being Christian 2.0.
He really is. But, like, also, I feel like Dean is someone who doesn't really need to be heavyweight champion to be the best. Like,
yep.
Like, he has his own kind of respect in it, right? Christian was good. Christian was very underrated. But the fan reaction to Christian compared to the fan reaction of Dean Ambrose, like, I feel the reaction is more of like an Edge type to Dean Ambrose than, like, it's like if you weren't to give Edge a championship, who cares? It's fucking Edge. Like, that rules. Like, Edge ruled. Whether he was screwing Lita in the middle of the ring or he was the champion, like, ruled either way. It was perfect. So I feel like he doesn't really need the title, but only if they could build him kind of like how they're building, like, only if they could build Bray Wyatt kind of like Dean Ambrose. Now that would be something special, because Bray, honestly, once he gets more momentum behind him, that's when you give the belt to him.
And that kind of brings it here. Did you see Monday night as Raw went off air?
No. I fell asleep because I'm old and I have to be up early in the morning.
Well, do you remember that one episode of NXT where Asuka came out to help Bayley and like she just like touched the title and then like walked away?
Yeah.
Well, basically Bray Wyatt did that to Triple H, and the
Ooh.
crowd went crazy. Like they just stared down. So I don't know if they're. This could you see it honestly being like a fatal 4-way with Triple H, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Bray Wyatt, and then like them scrapping the whole Brock Lesnar thing, and like maybe Brock Lesnar is in a handicap match against like Luke Harper and Eric Rowan?
I think they could do that. I think that would be actually really good. That's a better booking than what they have now. To be honest.
There is speculation Goldberg could come back. Like, what if Goldberg came back and like made it like a tag team match with Brock Lesnar or something, or just it's like you could do anything pretty much at this point. But it's like they just don't know what they want to do, because I want to see Roman Reigns versus Triple H straight up, just because they've been building for it for 2 years. So just get it out the way. Don't stop letting the fans change your plans midway through, because then it's never going to stop now. Like, once you let them get away with something, it's going to be an endless thing. Like, well, you did it the last time. Yeah, just because we did it with Daniel Bryan, which the only reason why they changed with Daniel Bryan is because CM Punk left the company. It's the only reason why they did it. If he would never left, Daniel Bryan would have never been what Daniel Bryan was. Oh, no, so exactly. People need to stop doing it. Like, if Roman's going to get the belt, just let him get the belt and take it from there. Like, don't sit there and like, oh, well, I'm going to cancel the network, or I'm going to do this. Like, and you're not helping. Like,
oh my God. And that's true. That happens to me. I have this friend that every time Roman Reigns wins, I get the whole canceling the network. I'm canceling the network. And then I think it was when he won the title on Raw or something, or I forget. Like, so, or when he punched Triple H out at Survivor Series, I think. And
no, it was TLC.
Yeah, well, whatever it was on. And he was like, oh, this is awesome. I'm like, dude, you just tried canceling the network like the past 3 months. And then the next month he was like, yeah, I'm keeping the network. He lost. I'm like, you make no sense. Like, okay. To threaten to get rid of the WWE like network it's fucking ludicrous.
I love those people just as much as I love the people like, I hate WWE. Yeah, but you have the network. But I only have it for NXT. That's cool. You're still supporting the WWE.
Yeah.
Same stuff.
Yeah, or if they're like, oh yeah, I want to watch like the old Total Divas. It's like, but I don't like watching WWE. Oh, well, you just have the full WCW, ECW, WWE, NWA, or whatever, the whole archives. Like, you realize you look fucking stupid right now, right?
And the same people that do that are the same ones that are like, oh my God, Raw only drew a 2.9 this week. So what? That's almost 3 million people watching your show. You know how much I'd love it if 2.9 million people watched my YouTube videos.
At that point, how much money would you have?
Yeah, like like everybody's like, oh, they're like, it's not like they're getting canceled. Pretty much USA Network is the WWE network.
It is.
Yeah, like everything's on there. It's like, just calm down. Just the Total Divas, they all Total Divas keeps drawing less and less views. Yeah, and they're on the E network, which unless it's the Kardashian show, nobody's out drawing Total Divas. So calm your horses. Wrestling will never be back to the era of getting 6 million and up views, because there's way too many channels. Not everybody has cable. A lot of people watch the Hulu version. A lot of people, like, that's what Vince said. A lot of people watch the replays, the Hulu version, and if they're not watching the current product, they're on the network watching the old product. Who cares about TV ratings? They're not getting canceled and they're making money. Everybody just panics too much. And if you... No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and also a lot of it has to go on with, like, DVR. Like, I DVR Raw and, like, Gotham from 8 to 9. Like, they have so many, it's not even about how many other, like, channels, But like, there's so many different shows on at the same exact time slot, whether it be from 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11. There's God knows how many shows throughout. Like Wednesday, I could think of
There's
like
there's
American Idol.
there's
Like,
3 hours of wrestling on just Wednesday.
yeah.
You got
And
Lucha, ROH, and NXT.
So here's a question for you. What do you think about Lucha potentially going to Netflix?
It'd be cool because I have Netflix. I recently just got it for the Full House. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh man, you suck. You're like my girlfriend with that.
Well, because me and my sister wanted to watch it, and I was like, you know what, we can just split the Netflix bill since we both want to watch that, and then it'd be cool. But like, I'm not going out and watch. Everybody's like, oh, you should watch Lucha. I don't have the channel. Oh, well, you can go on YouTube. No, I'm not. There's too much wrestling for me to have to go and find it. Quick, you got that show coming up in April, right?
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I do. Oh my god, I can't even tell you like the beginning of this madness. Oh shit. I don't even know. It's like one of those he said she said things, and the show might get canceled if I'm not allowed there because I'm in the main event, and all of a sudden they want to have a problem, but I don't know. And it's all because I apparently grabbed my crotch.
Well, that's your right.
Yeah, if I want to grab my crotch, I'm gonna fucking do it.
I like my comment when I was like, oh, is this show material? And you were like, no, more like crotch grabbing. I was like, well, you can tell the story on my show. Just leave the crotch grabbing at your house.
Yeah. So, all right. Story time. So many years ago, I went to this EW where Draven, after he took my girlfriend at the time, said that, all right, you're going to be up here and have a match with me. So I was there, their champ, ended up being tag team champion with him, yada, 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 before going to Triple WA. And I don't know why, just the Draven's stepmom is the actual, like, the one that has the license to promote. So I guess that's the promoter. She's the promoter. I don't know what she does. She just has a license. So, for anyone that doesn't know, like, I live in New Jersey. New Jersey doesn't have it doesn't require a license to have shows. But like PA and everywhere else, sometimes you need a license to wrestle.
That sounds like that stuff needs to change.
Yeah, like if you ever hear like SWO, like they use Dino as the promoter or Dino's license to run the show because Dino has the license. So this lady that has nothing to do with wrestling really, that doesn't know shit, that's like maybe 250 pounds, like maybe 5 foot, greased hair, can't talk, completely like Pennsylvania retard, defines Draven's stepmom. And for whatever reason, this person who claims to be holy is just a bitch. I mean, like, I slept over there. They have a dog that they don't let out that shits all over the floor. Like, it's fucking disgusting. Her, like, house, like, her living habits and everything else, like, it's absolute. It's not feasible to have, like, children, grandchildren there. Like she's just disgusting. It's horrible. Anyway, for whatever reason, she has a problem with me because she started shit with me. And I just sat there and said, all right, whatever. So, you still book me as a champion 4 months after. I did absolutely nothing. But because I stopped showing up, because they suck, because the promotion's horrible, because I got tired of dealing with their bullshit, I said, fuck this, Draven, I'm out. So we didn't even drop the titles. I just left. And now I get this chance to do EGW versus AFCW. Now, the AFCW booker, the one that's running it on AFCW side, is Draven. And he's like, hey, you might not be able to allow to come up to Tamakwa. I get this text or this thing to call him. So I say, okay. So I go ahead and call him. And he's like, yeah, it's either the person that runs the Salvation Army that has the problem with you, or it's Lorraine. But right now it's a he said, she said thing. So you got to keep it quiet. Not obviously me. I'm going to completely, I'm going to talk about how much of this thing's a joke because I don't want to go back to the Salvation Army because I don't want to be there, but I'm not wrestling for them. So I kind of get to say what I want in the main event and have a decent match with one of my friends that still wrestles there, that you make job to an old man wearing basketball shorts and a tank top.
Yeah, that doesn't even sound like a wrestler.
And his big finishing move is a back elbow. Like, doesn't know how to work, doesn't know anything about wrestling pretty much. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go give my friend a shot. We had a match a long time ago and it was all right, but like now you're gonna tell me I can't come for no reason because I'd rather not work for shit. Like, all right, I got you. And then it pissed me off. And I honest to God hope the show's honestly canceled because it's a fucking joke. And that's me bashing a company. That's not me like earlier we made references to Triple WA at the last one. And that wasn't even bashing. EGW could suck my fucking dick. Like they say fuck, like Mr. Anderson may say fuck TNA. No. Fuck EGW. I honest to God, just like I wish I could just get like the Earth's dick and just shove it straight into the Salvation Army and shove it straight to the chapel. Because fuck them, fuck God, fuck whatever they want to believe in, and fuck their show. And that's truly how I feel about it.
Yeah, man.
But I can't say that in a promo. I can't say with a straight face like, you know what? I'm going to go in there and I'm going to shove my dick in you and fuck you all up. Like when I used to wrestle in a backyard when I was 14, I had more talent than their whole roster combined. They even had people that wrestled at Jersey All Pro that fucking sucked. It's horrible. It's absolute trash. And I can't believe I'm going back to this fucking stupid, like, Pennsylvania fucking town where I swear the whole town is full of fucking retarded people. Like, you go in there and you can't find one normal looking person other than probably me and my girlfriend. And Draven, if you count Draven somewhat.
This conversation just got edgy real fast. It's April 2nd, right?
Yeah, it's April 2nd in Tamaqua, Pennsylvania, where I get to go beat up a black person and make it a hate crime. I get to do it for a better part of America and do it for Trump.
Anyway, I would like to say thanks for joining.
No, thank you for having me. It means a lot.
Yep, it was a good conversation. And real quick, Shane McMahon or Undertaker?
Shane.
All right, there you had it.
That's it.
Peace.
Adios. Thank you for having me.